Hey team, it is day 40. This is yeah, think of this, where this is the last turn of the digits in the tens column. So we'll have 47 when we're done. Our quote today comes from Muhammad Ali. Hopefully, some of you are aware of him. That's his daughter with him. Not only a famous boxer, but he's actually a pretty remarkable I guess we call emissary or ambassador. He was an activist and he stood up for what he believed in. Today, his quote says, "What you're thinking is what you're becoming." And that's one of the things to consider as we finish up the year, because if you're thinking that that you're done and you kind of can't handle it, then that might be something that you don't want to hold on to. That's something that you don't want to become. So it might be something to think about, what you can change your thinking to. Side note, it's been pretty interesting around my house lately. I'm not sure any of you know this, but the horrific tragedy that happened yesterday, or no, I'm sorry, that happened Monday night, um, to George Floyd, um, who was killed. That happened 3 blocks from my house, and so there's a lot of activity. We have helicopters. And yesterday there was a march, and so anyway, there's a lot going on around here, and I'm not gonna lie. There's it's a lot to take in, a lot to process, and so anyway, this life is thrown some things to consider at all of us, and so anyway, our day 40 agenda is pretty much the same as continue to tell your story and prepare for the story slam. And catch up work is right there for you to look at. All right. I'm going to dive right into this real quickly, but ultimately we're moving towards a story slam, and there are 3 steps that walk you through it. You brainstorm, you write out the story, give yourself 25 minutes straight, and then do not shortchange the details. Some of you are doing a phenomenal job of telling very moving stories with lots of details. I'm going to argue that some of the writing I've read already in giving you feedback is the best voice writing I've heard all year. You sound like you guys have something to say. So this could be the best story slam we've had in years. So again, 3 processes, and then you start thinking about plays out, spots in your story that play out where you could add some of these things specifically. Today, I gave you a third sample. It's in that document that I shared with you in the folder. I'm not going to perform this one, so there is no video of me reading it like in a story slam, or performing it, I should say. It's here. You can look at it, but it does do a lot of. I play with a lot of this. I have a climax, a moment where things are, reaching a sort of peak, and then more importantly, this is the another tip for revision today is that actually I show a lot of thoughts and feelings in this particular story. Not much happens in the story today. I go about 15 feet in distance, and it stems from a fall down the steps. But there's a lot of that story that is taking place right here in my head. That's where the story is. What am I thinking? What am I worried about? What am I terrified about? So thoughts and feelings, thoughts and feelings, thoughts and feelings. Show what's racing through your thoughts. That's why we journal, because your thoughts are always interesting, every one of you. And even if you don't remember, I want to be very clear that storytellers don't lie, but they fill in gaps. And the bottom line is, as humans, we connect best when we share out thoughts and feelings. Because when you have a moment and you hear someone's story and you're like, I know what that feels like. You've made a connection with that person that very few things in life can make. So here's my example of adding thoughts and feelings. So I'll give you an example of when I met my fan club when I was in high school. I was a senior, and I think I shared it, but these 3 6th grade girls came up with a Slavey fan club because I was pretty good at wrestling. All right, so here's what it says. And what I have here is an example of in the black uh, font is the stuff I know that happened, and the stuff in the red is everything going through my head. Don't. I'm pretty sure that I can say that those things happened, but maybe not in that moment. So here it goes. I sat there, knots tightening my stomach, as my sixth grader fan club entered the door below. I panicked. Now, this happened 27 years ago, so I can guarantee you that this might not be an exact repeat of what I thought. But here's what I have going through my head. I'm pretty sure at some point. What is Shane Dupree to my left going to say? What is my opponent Justin Oswald going to say if he sees us? He's ranked in the top 10 and I lose? This would be the worst. To lose the same meet that I meet these girls? I'll never hear the end of it. Oh man, I can't lose. No one else has a tough match except me. This sucks. So all those thoughts are racing through my head and I'm sharing that. And so I'm building suspense on what's going to happen next. So that's what we do. All right. We add thoughts and feelings, thoughts and feelings, thoughts and feelings. So today, if you did not do Tuesday and Wednesday work, and plenty of you did not, choose a theme. All right. That's how you start. Then write out your good story, 25 minutes worth. And some of you did a fantastic job in your rough draft. Then submit it. And if you haven't, all right, that's where I'm giving feedback. And I will share with this right here. Here's how I'm giving feedback. So guys, here is the rough drafts of your story slams. And what I'm doing is I'll just take Carson for a second. Here is his story. He shared it, and I am giving a video recording of my response, just so everyone knows. Okay. So I am literally like talking to you. So it's all verbal. So it's a little different than normal. You're going to have to listen to it and watch it to get some of those thoughts that I have. All right. So continue. I want you to read my story today so you see what thoughts and feelings look like. Continue workshopping. Again, adding details, thoughts and feelings, work on that climax, subtract anything uninteresting or not focused, and work on a strong finish by getting missing work in. On Friday, we will start scheduling story slams. So people, hang in there. You're still doing, I'm seeing some of the best work I have seen in a long time. Let's just get more of you to do that, okay? Here we go.